Okay, this is one of our earlier lessons for beginners, and just going to show you a couple on this lesson, just a couple of easy chords that I think you'll be able to play, and then you can work with them, and then I'll show you a couple of rhythms to go with that, and hopefully this will help you to begin learning chords and learning how to work, because you got to work with this hand and you got to work with this hand. They got to work together, but they work together in different ways. And at first it seems like this is really hard. This is a lot harder than walking and chewing bubble gum, but and it certainly is. But after you get it together and you learn how to do it and synchronize your hands together, and you start putting it together, it's really a good feeling to go, wow, I can do this, you know, and this sounds good. And I've had many students over my years and years of teaching guitar that have found that success and really stuck with it and really enjoyed it. And the ones that did are the ones that just persisted and said, I'm going to learn this. If you don't have that attitude, you'll never really accomplish what you want to do, because it just takes perseverance and it takes a lot of hard work. This is not an easy instrument to play. It's probably one of the most difficult because you're playing chords and melodies and rhythms and all these things together at one time. And if you're playing a saxophone, which is a fine instrument, but you're playing one note at a time, you know, a series of notes, and that's not easy either. There's a lot of skills there too. I'm not putting that aside as something easy to play. It's not, but you're concentrating on a melody, whereas on the guitar you're concentrating on a lot of different things. So first chord is an A minor, and you can look these chords up on the internet or anywhere. They're all over the place. But if you put your index finger on this the second string, first fret, and then your ring finger and middle finger go on the third and fourth on the second fret. Let's just strum down through that a little bit and just use downstrokes. Downstroke is just taking your pick, playing through it. And you can play that with me if you like. When we'll do a little bit of that later. But the first thing you're going to probably say is, okay, it hurts my fingers. That's the first thing. And yes, it probably will for a while. But guess what? You'll get calluses on your fingers, and you won't even notice it. It might take, you know, a couple weeks or so before, but you'll start getting them. And then it'll be okay. The other thing you're going to notice is you're going to be playing like this. You're going to hit all that. Well, one reason is because your hand's relaxed and it's kind of falling down like that. You can't play that way. Your fingers have to be up and kind of pushing down, kind of up and down, you know, like that. So that when you play a chord, the other strings can be heard with it. And that just takes practice. But if you're willing to practice and work on that, you'll get it. Now, I remember when I was very young, starting out, I was probably maybe 12 years old, starting on the guitar, and the old one, the fellow gave me a guitar, and the strings were not like this one. They were real high on the neck. And so what I had to do was play one note at a time, like with one finger, and I finally got this finger toughened up, and then I went on to this one. It wasn't like I could, you know, I could just play all the strings and all the chords and use all my fingers, you know, and synchronize everything on day one. It didn't happen. It took days and weeks and months and years, and that's what that's the result, though, is your ability to really be able to learn what's inside this thing. You'll never get it all, but everything you get, and every day that you get a little better, it's a real pleasure. And it's a real stress reliever. I just threw a D minor in there. in case you're wondering what that was. But we're not going to worry about D minor. I got carried away. We'll get a D minor here later. But let's get on that A minor and just go just downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, we're going to take right here where we're at, just keep that same pattern. And we're just going to move everything up a string. And so now, your first finger is going to be on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and your other 2 fingers, the 3rd and the 2nd fingers are going to be on the 5th and 4th, and that's going to be on the 2nd fret. It's the same chord pattern, only now we're in the key of E. And of course you can get these chords again, like I say, on the internet, very easy to find, real easy. So if you need to figure out how to get an A minor or an E minor, just get on the internet and you'll be able to find them. My purpose and my job for you is to show you what to do with these chords, because if that's all you ever do with a chord, then that's fine, but I can tell you there's a whole lot more in there. And I'll play just a little something for you to give you a little bit of an idea of what you can do with these chords and how you can do it. And remember, I've been doing it a long time, but definitely try this at home, because this is one thing you need to do at home. So just for the moment, we're going to take 4 downbeats, the downstrokes, in A minor, and then we're going to move that chord up. And again, you don't have to really move the configuration of your fingers. They stay right where they're at. You just move them up a string, and then move them back to A minor. So let's get that A minor. Let's go back through those. Let's do 8. Make it easier. Let's do 8. 8 strokes down in A minor. Now let's go to E and do 8 strokes. Get your chord. And let's move back to your A minor. 8 strokes. And I believe that was 8. Sometimes I get off, but I think I got all 8, all 3 times. So, but if I didn't, I meant to. Now you might be saying, well, right now not only are my fingers hurting, but I can't keep up. That's still too fast, and I apologize for that. But you can take it as slow as you want to. You can take 30 seconds between each one, and that's fine. The big thing you want to do is concentrate on getting your pick down there and getting those chords down and getting that chord to where you can hear it and it sounds good. Now, what can we do with those chords? There's all kinds of things we can do with these chords. I'm pretty much a finger picker. I like to pick with a thumb pick and my fingers, and so and you can play with your fingers. And all I did, it sounds like I did a lot maybe, but all I did was I just used those 2 chords. So you can decide do I want to be a finger picker, or do I want to use a straight pick? Either one is fine. You just have to choose, and maybe you like what I do. I like to use both because it's nice. And sometimes I'll use it without the thumb pick. Sometimes with. it doesn't matter. Then there's all kinds of things you can do with it. But first, you learn that A minor and that E, and back to your A minor. Okay, I hope this helps you. I will be back in a few days, and I'm going to give you a lesson 2. I'll show you a couple more chords, and we'll get back into some different kind of rhythms. So work on these and work real hard, and try to put at least a half hour a day. That's the other thing. You can't put a half hour a week in. It just doesn't work. You have to, it's like filling your bath water up a little bit tonight, and then tomorrow morning you put a little more bath water in, and that kind of thing. Well, you'll never have a warm bath, I can tell you, because it'll all be cold before you ever decide to take your bath. Anyway, so think about that. You want to make sure that you're doing it every day and consistently, and if you don't, then you're going to be playing in cold water the rest of your life. So anyway, good luck and keep on picking.